I'm Levi, a creative, adventure seeker, and explorer by heart. A few years ago, I set out on a mission to find the most unusual, inspired, and unique one-night stays in America. And I'm taking you with me. This is Tiny BNB. Let's go. Welcome to Urban B&B, or more specifically, the Atlanta Treehouse, which is right behind me. This treehouse has 700 square feet of living space and 800 square feet of decking all around it and under it. And I'm going to be giving you a tour of this beautiful treehouse that is located in Atlanta, Georgia. It's pretty crazy, so let's go check this out. Whenever you arrive to Urban B&B, which is where we're at, this is a Airbnb community. It's with tiny houses and this treehouse right here. There are 7 of them total to be rented out, and it is incredible how they are all on this property, but they're all very, very private and secluded. We are staying at the treehouse, which is number 6, and then you walk up to your gate to your treehouse and you open it up and you're greeted by your grand, humongous treehouse. Your treehouse property is all fenced in all around you, so you can't see anybody around you. The trees on this property are huge. There's greenery, there's bushes with flowers on them. It is absolutely beautiful. And then you have a great view of your treehouse right in front of you. It is a lot larger than what it looks like in this video. I was amazed whenever I first saw it looking up at it. One thing to note about this treehouse is that all the wood used is reclaimed barn wood from Ohio, actually, which is where I'm from. So it's really neat that this treehouse is all reclaimed wood, and I think the reclaimed barn wood gives it a very distinct look, and it feels really cozy. As we continue along the deck space, you'll walk up to your decking that is underneath your treehouse. This is a huge gathering space for you and your friends or whoever. This table over here, this is actually a bowling alley that is transformed into a huge dining table, and then the seats are church pews. It could see like up to 10 people, and there's lights all around it for a night. It'll light up, and this is a gorgeous spot. If we walk back down the deck space and take a left right here and explore the rest of your property, you'll see that there's this very unique spot right over here, which is your outdoor shower and bathtub space. Whenever it's warm outside, you look inside of it and you have your tub and your shower, and there is hot water for this. But this isn't the only shower you have access to. And then you continue along your property and then you'll reach your outdoor fire pit area. Always have to have a fire pit. It's super cozy out here. They provide the logs for you. You can sit out here, start your fire, and enjoy your time at your treehouse. Let's head back around the deck though, and we'll walk through the underneath part of the deck and look at all the beams. I know this isn't technically a treehouse because these beams are coming out of the ground really, but it looks like a treehouse and feels like a treehouse, so we call it a treehouse. And then you reach the back part of this deck area and you have a spiral staircase that leads up to your treehouse. So let's walk up that and enter our treehouse. You walk in and it is all open and grand, and instantly you can tell it feels airy and really nicely decorated and thought out. The first thing you'd walk into is your foyer area, and then bam, the rest of your treehouse is for you to enjoy, and it's your playground. Now you can tell this is most likely used for a romantic retreat with you and your significant other, with the pink decor, the white decor, and all the blankets and pillows and kind of everything. There is a get ready station over here to the left, so definitely for a wedding or a significant other small retreat or something like that. As we continue along on this side, there is your bed. This bed looks really gorgeous. I love looking at the detail of the headboard and really all the decor in here. Over here on the right side, you have a nightstand, but it's this antique chest, which I think is really cool. And even this wall that this is all on is this pink kind of velvet pink-ish, I don't even know what it is, but it's textured and it's pink and it looks really cool along with all the white and the wood. Over on the other side is a kitchen area. It's a pretty small kitchen. I don't say you'd be here for a couple of weeks at a time. It's probably just a small getaway, but you have a kitchen, you have a mini fridge, and a coffee maker, and some shelves with some dishes for you, and a microwave, which is really nice. Back through this door right here. This door is beautiful, by the way. You just slide it open, and this is your bathroom. Now, all that's in here is a composting toilet and a sink in here for you, which is nice. Because if you're in the middle of the night, you gotta pee, you can just go right over here. Now if we exit out of that, we'll continue down along the side. Here's these beautiful windows that go wrap around your entire living space. You have a small table and chair right here that they leave snacks for you as well. And then we enter into your living space, which is probably my favorite space of this entire treehouse. This couch, these two wicker chairs, and this beautiful slate coffee table right in the middle look stunning. And then you have a small TV over here on the left with a fake fireplace, which I think is pretty neat. If you don't have a fireplace, you can kind of fake it and make it look like there is a fireplace. This spot is definitely cozy, and you kind of have the bird's eye view of everything all around you if you're looking out these windows. The cool thing about these windows is that they actually open, so if you want to let a breeze in here and have it more airy and more flowy in here, all these windows open for you. But we're not done yet. If you see this door over here, you can walk out into your patio area. You walk out here, you have a great view of your whole property, and you can sit out here, chill out with some coffee, and enjoy your morning. Now, if you don't want to use the outdoor shower space or anything like that, you have your own private bathroom over in the main house over here. So you can use this bathroom if you want and enjoy that as well. Totally private, nothing is shared here. So this is your beautiful treehouse located in Atlanta, Georgia, that you need to come check out next time you're in Atlanta. Today we're taking a tour of this 350 square foot tiny house that could sleep up to 4 or 5 people and was featured on HGTV about 6 years ago. This is an Airbnb Plus, so let's go check this out. If you like tiny houses or really want to experience what living in a tiny house is like, I think this is a great starter. Even though it's 350 square feet, it's a little bit larger than most, really small tiny houses. This is a fantastic design and layout, I think. At only about 15 minutes from the Atlanta airport, one of the largest in the world, you feel like you're in your own little getaway amongst the trees and the scenery and everything. So whenever you pull up to the property, you arrive to Urban BNB, and then you check into your tiny house. You just walk right up to it, and it's surrounded by all of these trees. It is really elongated. There's a total of 3 sliding doors on this tiny house, which is incredible. It's huge. So you walk up this deck. They've built a deck around this tiny house, and it goes from one end of the tiny house to the other. Over here on the left side, you have a fire pit out here to enjoy the cold nights. I'm here in January, and it's actually pretty cold. It's in the 30s, which I didn't know if Georgia got that cold, but you have a fireplace out here to enjoy and be really cozy with, and just the wood on the outside of this tiny house looks really good. I love the cabiny, cozy vibe with this tiny house. And the first door you just walk right into is the middle sliding door, so you walk right through there and then you enter into your tiny house. And wow, this is probably one of my favorite layouts of a tiny house I have ever seen. There's even a hallway in this tiny house, which it's crazy. And another unique aspect is there's a pop out actually for this tiny house. We'll get to that in a second though. We'll start here in the kitchen, which is what you walk into, and it's actually this kind of island in the middle of your tiny house. On this side you have your cabinets over here, you have this huge sink right here, and then you continue along. There's this huge slab of marble cutting board. It's actually a lot heavier than what I thought it'd be. Then you have a hot plate over here to cook anything. Of course, you have your pots and pans underneath all of that for you. And there's a coffee maker over here, and then you just got a couple floating shelves over here with some of your dishes. And then on this back side is your fridge and a microwave right on top of that. And you have this really cool cabinet to the left of that. I love this rustic barn wood right here. And on the other side of this island is your bar seating. So you have 3 seats right here. and plenty of space for you and maybe 3 or 4 other guests that you could possibly bring here. We'll enter into the living room now, and this is where your other sliding door is. So if you want to look out into what the view you have, you can, or you can close these blinds, curtains right here and be totally private. But the best thing I think about this living room is that there's actually a pop out in this tiny house. Now, a pop out is like when RVs, when you're driving them, they're kind of all closed, but whenever you park them, you can have these pop outs on the side, so it makes the inside a lot larger. That's what this tiny house has, and it's right here with this couch and this little pocket right here. Now, it looks like it was built this way, but you can actually probably dismantle some of the wood and close it in if you ever wanted to take this tiny house somewhere and head out. But I love this feature aspect of it. It makes this place feel a lot larger. And then you have a rocking chair over here. Then you have your metal ladder that leads up to your loft area, which is where your first bed is. It is a single bed, and it's just cool that there's a loft area for a person up here. And the couch actually converts into a sleeper sofa, so you could sleep a couple guests here as well. There's lots of options in this living room. As we turn around and head back towards the other half of your tiny house, the sliding rustic door right here, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love this door for the bathroom. You can just slide it right behind the fridge and you enter into your bathroom. There's a composting toilet right in front of you. Over here on the left, you have your tiny house sink, is what I call them because they're just so tiny. And then on the right is your shower space. I love the tiling in here. The tiling is these mini subway tiles, and on the bottom is all enclosed right here. I like this better than whenever it's just kind of a flat spot for your shower base, but this is like a mini bathtub, really. I don't think you'd ever use this bathtub, but that's kind of what it feels like. We'll exit out of that and then go around your fridge, and now we're going to enter into your hallway. This hallway leads all the way back to your master bedroom, so your master bedroom is definitely way more private than the rest of your home. You have another sliding door in here, actually, if you want to walk out from your bed into your deck and look at the sunrise, or you can just close these up and you have a queen-size bed in here. There is a separate heating unit in here away from the living room because that is so far away, so it's really nice to have. So with everything that this tiny house has to offer, 3 sliding doors, a hallway, a pop-out in the living room, 350 square feet, and maybe 4 or 5 guests that it could sleep up to, this is definitely my favorite layout for a tiny home. It feels way larger than what it actually is. I hope watching my videos of tiny houses, it boosts your morale of staying in a tiny house or wanting to experience it yourself.